All right, today is day 90. In the capitalization section, it's all review. But I'm also adding a bonus. As you're doing your capitalization, if you can find the two words that are being used as proper adjectives, you'll get 1 bonus point. And I know this is really crazy because you already got a chance for a bonus point earlier this week. So you might be able to earn 2 bonus points doing your grammar videos this week. I'm feeling extremely generous. Punctuation. Use quotation marks to point out slang, an emphasized word or phrase, or unusual language. The example, right on, is his boss's favorite expression. So you see how they punctuated it. Let's take a look at our sentence and see if we can figure out how to punctuate it. When Cindy received her ex-husband's invitation to his wedding on June 5th, 2007, she thought of her grandma's favorite phrase, good gravy. I'm looking down at this sentence right now because when I copied it down, I skipped part of it. But we're just going to go ahead and do it anyways. All right. So let's start at the beginning. When Cindy received her ex-husband's invitation. Okay, we got to stop right there. Ex-husband is a word that is needs to be joined by a hyphen. So it would be ex-husband's invitation. And the invitation belongs to the husband, so it would be apostrophe S. When Cindy received her ex-husband's invitation to his wedding on June 5, 2007, make sure you have that because that's the part I skipped on accident. She thought of her grandma's favorite phrase. Grandma's is showing possession of the phrase, so that would be apostrophe S. Grandma's favorite phrase, comma, quotation marks, good gravy, period, quotation marks. All right, so let's take a look. I'll read the sentence. When Cindy received her ex-husband's invitation to his wedding on June 5, 2007, she thought of her grandma's favorite phrase, good gravy. I don't know who comes up with these sentences. Like, was somebody just sitting at their laptop and all of a sudden that particular sentence popped in their head? Or did they know someone named Cindy that this happened to? Where did they come up with that sentence? Anyways, parts of speech, verbs. To lie, to lay. I mess this up myself all the time. If you used it incorrectly in your papers, I might not even catch it. And yet it is super important that you know. I guarantee you it will be put on an ACT or an SAT or any type of writing exam because it's one of those things that you should know. So we're going to go over it, and I'm hoping that I'll remember it this time. All right, to lie means to rest. To lie does not use a direct object. For example, her cat lies on her bed. You might want to grab a highlighter right now and highlight to lie, meaning to rest, and also to lie does not use a direct object. Then they give you also in this little chart the different forms of lie in the present tense, the past tense, the present participle, and the past participle. And take a look at the past participle of to lie. It's lain, L-A-I-N. It's unusual. All right, then next we have the verb to lay, meaning to place. To lay requires a direct object. Again, if you have a highlighter handy, highlight to lay, meaning to place. To lay requires a direct object. If you use lays, laid, or laying, be sure you can identify a direct object. And then they have an example. She laid her books on her bed. Okay, they let us know there's a direct object there. But what is it? The direct object is books. She laid her books on her bed. Laid is the past tense of to lay. Therefore, that is the correct verb to use. Again, in the chart, they have the different forms of lay in the present tense, the past tense, the present participle, and the past participle. All right. Note that lay is the past of to lie and the present of to lay. Okay. Let's just take a look at the sample and see if we can figure it out for this one. One speaker, lay or laid. Lay would be the past tense of to lie. Laid is the past tense of to lay. One speaker lay or laid pamphlets on a chair by the main door. All right, so I think the easiest way to figure this out is to find out if there's a direct object. There's a lot of words in the sentence. So first of all, let's cross out the prepositional phrases. So get rid of on a chair and by the main door. And what are we left with? One speaker lay or laid pamphlets. Okay? So we know that the subject is speaker. And we know that the verb is either lay or laid. And then we have this word right here that's not in a prepositional phrase, pamphlets. What is pamphlets? Pamphlets is a direct object. A speaker lay or laid what? They lay or laid pamphlets. So I'm going to put a D-O above pamphlets. If there's a direct object, then we know it comes from the verb to lay. And what is the past tense of to lay? The past tense of to lay is laid. So the correct answer is laid. Actually, they want you to circle it. All right. So in this sentence, laid is the correct verb. I hope they have us practice this more because I need the practice myself. All right, next section is parts of speech interjections. What's an example of an interjection? They want you to write one down. If you remember, an interjection is a word of emotion that interrupts a sentence. So it could be something like, hey, or wow, or watch out. Those are all examples of different types of interjections, and I'll be curious to see what you come up with. Sentence combining, 3 sentences combined into one. All right. You did capitalization on your own. Now's the time to check your answer. I will read the sentence while I show you what should be capitalized. Last Friday, our Irish friend bought French bread and Carlson sorbet at Dove Food Store on Alton Lane, Emma said. And then your bonus opportunity was to circle the 2 proper adjectives. All right, if you didn't have it right, correct it. If you did have it right, good job. God bless you.